Hey! Alright, so it's gonna be a little bit fuzzy again, because I'm doing it at night again. But I definitely like doing it on the webcam better than my tablet. It has my hands free and everything. It picks up more video, more room and everything. My face isn't right up in your face. Anyways, I'm gonna do it's another request for the movie Shrooms. And I just watched that last night. I've seen it before. A long time ago, a couple years ago, I think. Maybe longer than just a couple. But, I've seen it before. And I was surprised going back and revisiting it. Because, you know, a lot of times you'll go back and you'll see a movie that you haven't seen in a long time and completely forget about it. It'll have slipped your mind entirely. I thought I had totally remembered that. I remembered clearly only one part of the movie, and then the rest of it was just completely gone. And it's, oh my god, no, jeez, that was close. It was like right there. Now then, anyways, about the movie. It's well, you will not. Watching you. Alright, the movie, Shrooms. I didn't pick up. You cannot. I didn't pick up where it was, when it was made. But, it's about mushrooms. Hence the name of the film, Shrooms. And, these people, they go to Ireland because they want to experience the wonders of naturally grown hallucinogenics. And they go out to the woods and they find, the first thing they do is hit a deer, which is, you know, a fun way to start a field trip. And then they find wood people? I don't know. I think it explains who they are, but the quality of it in my headphones, I don't know if it was the film or my headphones, but it was really quiet. But it was like they didn't hardly speak anything. They grunted and then picked up the dead deer off the road and went back into the woods. Anyways, they go out and find mushrooms. And they start picking them. And then bad things happen right away. Like, it's pretty crazy. It's, at first, you know, it's like, okay, we're gonna go out, we're gonna go do the mushrooms, we're gonna get high off of them, we're gonna have a good time. No cell phones. No contact with anybody that isn't in the group. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. There's 6 people. Well, things get pretty bad pretty quick because one of them, the main character of the film, for some reason finds a mushroom with a black tip and thinks it's a good idea to pick it up and eat it. First of all, they weren't going to eat the mushrooms, they were going to make it into a tea. She eats it, has a seizure, and starts having visions of people dying. And they do. They do. It's apparently, my little friend here thinks it's hilarious that it can just go off and do whatever it wants. It's anyways, what's interesting about the movie, I'm getting all thrown off topic and into a loop. I'm losing everything I was going to say because of that mushroom, that floating mushroom. Anyways, it's, I was surprised. What surprised me about it is, when I first watched it, I thought it wasn't as serious as what it actually is. I thought it was a B, almost comedy-ish horror movie, but it's not really. I mean, it's got some comedy to it. There's some things that happen that you can be like, oh, huh. Some things that are said, but, all in all, it's actually a pretty, it's a lot better done film than I had originally believed when I watched it a few years ago. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. This is a movie about mushrooms. Cool. A horror movie. How are you gonna do that? Pretty well. Like I said, she eats a poisonous mushroom, starts having visions of her friends getting killed off. Bad things are happening to them. Really bad things. And they do. They start dying off. And, I think I've mentioned it before. I love a good twist to a film. And it ends with a pretty good twist, I think. It's decent. It might be predictable slightly, but it doesn't make it not good. It's a good twist. I liked the movie. I liked it when I first saw it, and I thought it was not as serious as what I think it is now. It was actually a lot more serious than I remembered, but there is a lot of blood to it, a lot of gore, but it's got a story to it at least. It's not bloody for no reason, and that's one thing I can't stand is movies that can fall under the category of, I believe they actually just call it torture porn, like Saw and Hostel, stuff that has a vague plot but is mainly made just so that you can watch people get cut up and bleed to death. I don't like that. That's gross. But this one actually had a story to it, and it was pretty solid. I mean, it gets a little weird, but that's because they are doing drugs. They are, tripping, having weird things happen to them too, and you don't know. The thing about it that I really like too is that you don't know what's really happening, right? I mean, you're seeing it in the film, but you have to keep in mind that they did drugs, so they might not be hearing what they're hearing or seeing what they're actually seeing. Could be completely different for them, and I think the movie conveys that really well. I like it. It's really like I said, it's better done than you would think a movie about a horror movie based around mushrooms would be. And I don't know, I wouldn't, as far as the acting itself goes, that's definitely, I think, one of the big things that make it definitely a B film. But the story itself and the twist, I think, was pretty good, pretty solid. And most B films don't have a lot of budget to work with either, but they did really good with whatever they had to work with. I really enjoy it, and it's the acting not 100% great, although I don't know the actress that stars in it or anything, but I thought she did really good. And I think she was my favorite character too. She was kind of stupid. Like I said, if you see a mushroom that stands out from the crowd of other mushrooms, but I'm not saying, go out and see if you can find this mushroom and, do these drugs. I'm just saying, in this case, in her shoes, she was going out to do the drugs, saw all these mushrooms, saw this mushroom that stood out, didn't know it was poisonous because she hadn't gotten that information yet, and it was too late when she did because she'd already eaten it. And it's interesting that she survived because, before she eats it, another member of the group finds one, and they're separated looking for all the mushrooms, and they're informed that it is a poisonous mushroom, and if you survive, good for you, because it'll mess you up big time. But, it's, you're just back to distract me, aren't you? Gonna get thrown out of my thoughts again because of you? Yeah, stuff like this. Does stuff like that to you. It makes you see floating smiling mushrooms if you're lucky. But, bad things happen to them. And not everybody lives. It's good. It's got a good twist. I think it's got a good plot. Honestly, I mean, like I said, it's interesting to hear that this movie is about people going out, doing drugs in the woods, having horrible things happen to them, and this is all caused because they went out to have mushrooms that are growing out in the woods, I'm just saying, if I heard that from somebody, and they're like, what's this movie? It's almost just about killer mushrooms. I'd be like, yeah, that's nice. but it's sorry, I'm talking to my mushroom. Anyways, it's a good movie, and I probably will watch it again. The mushroom's leaking on me. I'll probably watch it again. It's a good movie, and I'll give it 8 out of 10 because it does have a lot of blood and it's pretty vulgar. You know, this is definitely not just for anybody, but it's good. It's a fun film. I recommend it if you like horror movies, especially if you like B-horror movies, because like I said, it'll surprise you, and the twist might surprise you. It's very good. So, with that said, that rating, this jumbled mess of a review, because I was being distracted by a mushroom whose face is pretty messed up now. But if you liked it, like the video. You can subscribe to my channel. You can leave comments about what you would like to see me review next and watch again. Anyways, but the moral of the story here is that you really should not do drugs, kids.